All right. So it should be a delay there. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be doing some live streaming today. I'm here with Dan, and we're going to be doing some live streaming. He went ahead and got his own product, and he's doing everything, and we're kind of checking it out. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put it in chat, and then kind of look at that as we're going along. All right, so let me go ahead and switch this up, and we can get this going here. So, 1 second there, Dan.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get to where I was supposed to be. So, oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. All right. So let me do this. I think we were, this is what happens when you go live, right?
That's right.
Yeah, there we go.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law, exactly. Okay. All right, so looks like we're back on here. So let me go ahead and move you over and get this taken care of. Put you right there in the corner. And so hopefully you guys can hear us okay. Let us know in chat. Make sure that you should be able to hear us fine. But in case you don't, for any reason, just let us know. What's up there in Boston? Terry in Boston. What's up there, Louie? We have Dan, one of the members here, and Tech Daddy Videos. And we're kind of going over. Dan, you want to say hello there?
Hello, everyone. How are we doing?
Good. Awesome. And you are from West Virginia?
Charleston, capital city, yeah.
Oh, Charleston. Okay, perfect. All right. So what you did, so kind of explain to me what you did here, and then we can kind of go, we can go from there, okay?
Okay. Well, basically, I started into online YouTube, found Henry, and we talked a couple of times. I got into the training, but I started in and I used the Jungle Scout resource. I spent literally months looking at just hundreds of products till I found something I thought there was enough money in it, as well as there wasn't too much competition. And Jungle Scout helped a lot with that. So I got a sample from China and looked at it and tweaked it a bit, found out what wasn't working for a lot of the buyers out there, and asked them to change those things, which they did, and went ahead and made the purchase. So just got the bags in, inspected all of them, and made the first shipment into Amazon. And as we speak, they are logging in the bags now.
Okay. Perfect.
So I have my up, and I'm putting it out there for everybody's input, essentially.
Nice. Okay, so what we're looking at now is we're looking at your listing right now. So I'm looking at the title, and we're going to kind of start off with the title itself. The title is extremely long, so we want to make sure that we kind of fix that and kind of go from there. So Phoenix, what is Phoenix? Is that your name brand, or is that?
Yeah, that's kind of the brand name I was going for. Phoenix is, of course, you know, the mythical bird that rises from the ashes, and that kind of ties in with the product being a fireproof, waterproof, safe for documents.
Okay, perfect. So let me see. I'm just looking at some of the comments here. Somebody says they can't see Dan. Hopefully they can see you. They should be able to see you. Should be able to see you, but let us know if you can't see Dan or not. So Phoenix fireproof document bag. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to be able to get rid of Phoenix there out of your title, okay?
Okay.
Because that is not going to be a searchable. Well, it will be searchable, but you want to be able to find keywords that are going to be extremely searchable. So you want to make sure that you have very good searchable keywords. So here I look, going straight into the URL, and I'm able to find the 5 keywords on your listing itself. And I'm going to show everybody this for those of you who don't know how to do that. These right here are on the URL for Amazon, and you're going to find fireproof, document, valuables, passports, and resistant. Okay, so that those keywords are great. That's exactly what you want. Okay, so you're looking, so those 5 keywords, you want to take those 5 keywords when you do a manual campaign. This is what you want to use for your manual campaign, okay? And so you want to make sure that you use these 5 keywords automatically. And the automatic campaign is going to find them, and this is what it's looking for. So it's looking for these right here. So that's great. As long as you have that, and the reason why it's finding it is because you peppered them pretty much all over your bullet points, all over your description, and so forth. So let's take a look real quick here. So we're going to just say fireproof, for example, okay? Fireproof, since it did find that, we're going to go into your bullet points here and see if we can find fireproof. And sure enough, we found it right there. That's perfect. That looks good. Okay. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask while we're on. We're just kind of doing some one-on-one training. I normally don't do this, but I wanted to show you guys exactly what we do and how I go about showing my members, you know, that support. So ask away if you have any questions. I'll be looking at chat also. And I'm doing great, and Dan is doing great, by the way. Okay, so we have on the product description, you have fireproof right there also. Perfect. So that's just I'm just showing you just that one so you kind of see it, and I'm sure there's a lot more in there as I can see here. Fireproof. So there's another way that I go out and I do this is I use Jungle Scout. In Jungle Scout, I use the web app. So what I'm going to do is going to kind of show you there too. I wanted to show you Dan's ad, and so I want to make sure that you guys see that. He's going to be putting this out there live, okay? So and people will be able to purchase that next week, I believe, right?
Yes. January 15th.
Yeah, so Constance Julian says the keyword most repeat more than once in the bullet. Okay, the keyword most it repeated more than once in the bullet points, bullet description and title. Constant, yeah. I mean that's one of the in the training. This is what I taught Dan and all my other members is to make sure that you put it in your title, your bullet points, and your description. The reason why is because you want it to, you want the search engines to pick up those bullet points. I'm sorry, those keywords. So when you are putting up your listing, well, a good example is the 5 keywords on the URL itself. So you're able to see those keywords that were found, and fireproof was one of them. So yes, you want to make sure that you have that on there. Anran Nazar says, are you selling a course? Obviously, Anran, you don't follow me, so you must be new to this channel. Yes, I do have my own course, which I teach. I have members at techdaddyvideos.com. You can take a look at it there, and I do have courses that I do sell. And basically, I wanted to get on today just to kind of show people part of the training that we do. Thank you, Yanis, for letting them know, techdaddyvideos.com. So I like the pictures. They look good. Okay. I definitely would add more pictures, Dan. Okay. You want to add?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to add?
These are all these are all courtesy of an iPhone and a little bit of Photoshop. But I do have some more photos coming.
Okay, great. Yeah, so make sure that you put those photos, you know, in there. And so I see this here, and it looks like you're selling a book.
Yeah, with each, it's actually it's a giveaway. It's going to go with each bag.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I wrote that. It's just like 35 pages, and it's on the basics of fire safety in the home.
So why don't you have that in the title? You should.
That's a good question.
You should have bonus, free book included. Okay.
I have down in the bullet point that it's really not the title of the book either.
No,
it says value added.
No. Put it in the title. The reason why is because people really don't read the bullet points until they look at that title. So when you're taking a look at this here, like say for example, the first thing that I look at is the title. I'm reading the title, right? Title's great. It's pretty long. It's great. It's got a lot of great keywords, but you want to make sure that you go out there and say bonus book included with every order or something like that, you know, to where they know that they're going to get, hey, this book included, because I would have never have known that a book was included in this. Okay? As me looking at this for the very, very first time. So you want to make sure that you put that in there in your title. And so we want to get rid of Phoenix. Okay? The reason why is because that can go somewhere else if you want to. But keywords, you're not going. Phoenix isn't going to come up. Okay? Fireproof document bag safe is perfect. You don't need the word for. Okay? Get rid of that. Okay? That's just wasting space. We're looking at the word from here. We don't need from either. We don't need and. We can take and out. Okay? Same thing right here with and. Okay? Remember, your title doesn't have to make sense. As long as the keywords are in there, people are able to find you. And that's all you want. So you can get rid of and you can get rid of from, for. You don't need those in the title whatsoever. What happens is it will shorten up your title, and then it will concentrate on the keywords, and you're able to find the keywords. They're able to find the keywords, and you'll probably get more sales because of it. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So perfect. So that, I mean, that's really, really good. Let's go into the Jungle Scout. Okay. So what I did, guys, is I went ahead and I did the Jungle Scout, took a look at Jungle Scout, and let me do something here real quick. And 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right, so I'm going to do this. I got to do something real quick because it's really bothering me over here. But I'm going to get rid of that. Bring you down. Okay. And I'm going to do this. All right. There, that's better. That's better. Okay. So now I just see you and you only. So that's good. All right. Let me see. We have quite a few people watching right now. That's great. So let's just say hello to them. Terry, audio is fine. Rap practice 420. We love you, Uncle Henry. Cool. Appreciate that. Jazz Phelps. Hey, Henry, what's happening? Forbidden Identity. We can't see Dan. Hopefully you can see Dan now. Rap practice. I merchant fulfilled a VCR shipped in 15 minutes. Nice. Appreciate that. I like that Phoenix brand name. Great job. Rap practice tells Dan. Ronald, what's up there, Ronald? A-Run, are you selling the course? Yes, we are. It's not part of this, but you can go to it at techdaddyvideos.com and so forth. Constance says the keyword most repeated once in the bullet description and title. And Ahan says, hey, Henry, and Dan says hello. All right.
Hey.
So this right here is my web app, and I have this. You guys can find, if you're not familiar with Jungle Scout, you can take a look in the description. I will have a link there in the description in case you guys want to purchase this for any reason. I do give a discount for all my Jungle Scout, so you guys can take advantage of that. That will be in the description of the video below, so you guys can take a look at that if you want. So this is the web app, and so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you here exact match search terms. So what I'm looking at is, let's start from the beginning. I went ahead and I typed in fireproof bag because of what I wanted to do. I could have just simply put in fireproof, but I wanted to kind of see and show you guys what it really was. It's a fireproof bag, and that's what I went with. So I went ahead, put that in there, and I'm searching the United States on that, so the Amazon.com. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the exact search and the broad search. So we're looking at about 20,000 searches per month, 26,000 on broad match. Okay, so these keywords I really want to pay attention to. Even though we have other keywords here that only have fewer searches, for example, document safe has 2,300 searches every month. Say for example, like this fireproof box that only has 2,200. But this is what I do is I look at this right here, and then I move it all the way over, and then I look for keywords right here that are about 100%. And I'm going to show you guys this right now. Is easy to rank. So in other words, what Jungle Scout is telling us is these keywords, the closer to 100, the better they're going to be as far as ranking and having it ranked fairly easy. So I'm looking at this here, and I'm looking at 80 out of 100, 50 out of 100, and I'll continue on. And then I see these right here that are 100 out of 100, these four. So these four right here, I'm just going to move it on over, slide over, and I'm going to find out what those keywords are. So we are looking at these keywords right here, these four: safe, box, fireproof, waterproof, document safe, home, safes, fireproof, and waterproof. Even though they have low searches, they're very easy to rank for. So fire safe, document, box. Now Dan, what I would do is I would write all these down here, and I would put these in your searchable terms, okay, your search terms. And when you're creating the listing, make sure that you put these in the search terms. So the automatic campaign will actually help you find this if it's in the search terms. And you're one step ahead of the game because you already know that there's 2,300 searches on these and 4,000 searches on these every single month. So somebody's going to find your product. And then you come up here, and if you look at, say, for example, fireproof safe, you have a lot of searches on here. So I would definitely go ahead and put this in your title, your bullet points, and then your description. Make sure you have this on there because this has 26,000 searches a month, which is great, especially with Document Holder. You would have never known Document Holder was doing 26,000 searches every single month. Okay, Money Bag, same thing, 20,000 searches every single month for Money Bag. Fire Safe, well, we're looking at 16,000 searches every single month. So this will help you out. So I really like Jungle Scout. I like this keyword scout tool. It is helpful for somebody like yourself who's just starting this. Do you have Jungle Scout?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be able to have access to this, and then, you know, kind of help you out. Hopefully you learn something out of it. So definitely be looking at that, and then you kind of just go down and see what else that will come across um, that might just catch your eye, that is related to your bag. You know, I don't know if your bag is a lipo bag, for example, but we know there's 1,000 searches every single month for that. So
Right.
if you can't fit it in your bullet points, you definitely can put it in your description, because your description, you can put a lot of keywords in your description. Okay, and
Okay.
so you always think about that. And then also on your search terms, you can also put it in your search terms. That will help you out as far as that. Guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. That way we can answer your questions at the same time. I know you guys are kind of just picking it up and learning on this, but definitely would do that. Okay. So, any questions there, Dan?
No, yeah, I think we've struck on a lot of good stuff here. I'm going to make some corrections and finish this listing off.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, other than that, the listing looks great. I mean, there's
Okay.
you have great bullet points. You know, to the point. I definitely would sit there and I would expose this book and put it in your title as a bonus. Okay.
Okay.
You know, you can say fireproof document bag, safe, valuable passports, laptop, okay, and bonus, and then you sit there and explain what the bonus is, as long as they
Okay.
know that there's a bonus and so forth. Rap Practice asks, how did you do the photos? Photoshop, or did you outsource it? Did you do it yourself, or did you send it to, for example, Fiverr? Or
No, everything you see here, I did.
that's an
So
awesome.
the photos in Photoshop. A lot of this was Photoshop. The graphics I got offline, and they were, you can, for commercial use, and basically just created the cover. And once the manuscript was done, I uploaded it to Amazon KDP, and you can get the book printed paperback, just dirt cheap for the author price. You could buy, 10,000 books if you wanted at the author price, which is just essentially the cost of printing the book. And
Nice.
it was still worth it to me. There was still enough margin in there, I believe there will be, to to justify the book being with the bag.
Okay. So, how many of these did you purchase, if you don't mind me asking? This is your first order, right?
Correct. The first order, the price break was at 500, and that's what I got.
Okay, so you started out with 500 units.
Yeah.
All right.
Now the book, I went ahead and had 150 printed, because I just wanted to see how it was going to go. If it was going to head south, if I had to fall back and regroup, I wouldn't be stuck with a bunch of books.
Now the book itself, are you getting that from the same manufacturer, or did you get that from somebody else?
Yeah, that's from Amazon, KDP.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part. Okay, great. Okay, so perfect. So you're adding that included with that. It looks good. It looks really good. Your photos look very professional, very good close up. When I sit there and I zoom in on this is what I look for. I look for little stuff like this where I can zoom in and read the fine print, and it looks really good. So
when I did the photos in Photoshop, they were 2,000 by 2,000 pixel.
oh, okay. Let me do something here. Okay, so yeah, that looks great. That looks perfect. Let's go into the description. Now, did you go out there and take a look at your competition, see how they were doing, and so forth?
Yeah, yeah, I did. I studied. I tried to get the top 5 or top 10, and seeing what the common threads were, what they were doing. Because then they were successful enough in my book to
Okay.
take a look at.
Okay. And you use Jungle Scout for that?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Product description looks really, really good. Now, if you can add photos into it, it'll be even better. Okay.
Okay.
So you,
That's,
yeah, I mean, you can do that yourself, or you can hire somebody, maybe like on Fiverr, to go out there, put some photos on there in the product description, and they tend to sell better. See, everybody loves photos. They love to
oh
see.
yeah.
They let they're people are visual, so they'll go out there and they'll definitely take a look at that and go, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to buy this just because the photos look really, really good. All right. Perfect. Looks good, buddy. So,
Thank you.
yeah, looks good. Let me go ahead and get you on to do this here real quick. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Let me go here. I am. Guys, any more questions? Feel free to ask. You can ask away. All right, so we got you there. All right, looks good. Back to the meeting. So we're gonna go ahead and stop this. Oh, that's why. I'm gonna stop this screen share here real quick. There we go. And move you over. Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. So other than that, I mean, you have, other than that, everything has been good as far as that. You're sending your products into Amazon and getting that taken care of.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, so far it's been pretty seamless, really.
Okay.
I've been very pleased. And like I said, the training, it goes without question.
I appreciate that.
Step 1, step 2, it's awesome.
Now, I'm sure there's a few people in here that want to know about the training itself. Do you want to kind of enlighten them on that, or?
Sure. Now, I can't see any questions or anything, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm looking here. It says, Forbidden Identity says, don't you have a brand registered to have your photos in the description? Don't you have to be brand registered to have photos in the description? No, you don't. No, you don't have to be brand registered for that. People do it all the time. And that's another thing too, is once it starts to sell and once it starts to move, then you're going to want to probably brand register it, your product and so forth. People will try to do that anyway, but if the product doesn't move at all, you're kind of wasting your time with it. So make sure that that's the case. Ebel, what's up there, Ebel? How comfortable did you feel with your supplier, Dan?
Pretty comfortable, really. Again, with the training, I was told, what to expect, how they operate, how they think, because I mean, it's another nation. One thing I didn't account for, there was a Chinese holiday in there. I kind of got stuck by that. But again, it was not a real big deal. I'm not real pressed for time, but it did kind of hang me up a little bit.
Twice a year they do that.
Yep.
Yeah, twice a year, and it's January. They do that, and then at the end of the year, I believe they do that also. They have.
I'm going to incorporate the Chinese calendar into my computer calendar, so I'll be able to know.
Yeah, I would just ask your supplier. That's probably the best. And a lot of times they'll sit there and say, "Yeah, we're going on vacation." I'm sorry, it wasn't January when it was. I think it was in November or something, or December. Yeah. So they have that, and they do it every year. So and what happens is they shut everything down. The boats, the harbor, everything is shut down. What's up there, Steve? Steve says hello. And Ebel says, did you use PayPal with the supplier?
I did. Again, Credit Henry. I got the PayPal debit card, and that was like another layer of protection on top of the assurance they give you through Alibaba.
Yeah, the trade assurance.
Yeah.
Ahan says, Henry, you talked that there was 4 keywords at 100% easy to rank from Jungle Scout, and we should put them in the search terms you mentioned in this case. Do we put keywords without repeating? You can, but in that case, if you're going to put it in the search terms, put it exactly the way it is. Okay? It's not going to hurt you. Those are searchable terms. So that's what it's looking for. Ebel says, cool, no problem. So here's another little thing too with the PayPal. If you guys don't know, that on PayPal itself, they're going to charge you 5-6%, okay? The supplier, if you mention PayPal. But with you, Dan, you have a MasterCard, obviously.
Yes.
And that's all they know. You simply go into Alibaba and you say, you're going to say you're going to pay for it with your MasterCard, and you pay for it with your MasterCard, and the supplier doesn't even know where it's coming from. They don't know if it's a PayPal MasterCard or Bank of America or Wells Fargo or any name brand. So you don't have to tell them that you're going to be paying through PayPal. You are going to simply tell them, I'm paying through my MasterCard. I'll pay for it on the Alibaba website, and then it will be taken care of. Okay? So, all right. Awesome. Well, we have quite a few people here watching, and we got a few more minutes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask while Dan is on, and then that way, hopefully you guys learned something also. I showed you a little bit about Jungle Scout and his listing, Dan's listing. It worked out really good for him. It looks excellent. Really looks good. So what is, are you nervous that you're going to be sending this product in, or were you more nervous as far as buying that initial order?
The whole sending money over, to another country and not walking out with product makes you a little nervous. But, again, you look at Amazon, you look at all the people who are already doing it ahead of you, and, you take that step of faith. You reach out there and you just do it. And, but once, I stayed in contact with my supplier, and they even they sent me again saying, I said, can you please send me the very first piece off the production line? And they did. And there was actually something wrong with it that I didn't like.
Oh, wow.
And I communicated with them immediately, and they were more than happy to go back and make that correction. And then they sent me a picture of the correction.
Nice. So you're able to see everything before they sent the whole shipment out.
Yep. Yes.
Great. Ebel says, is there a difference in Jungle Scout Pro and web app? Yes, there is. The Jungle Scout web app gives you a little bit more in detail. You're able to go ahead and do like the keyword search on that. On the other one, you're not. So that kind of gives you basic information. So yeah, it's I would definitely go out there and get both if you want, and try them both out, and you'll see a difference. Yanis Bonzgulia, I can't even say that right. When I can register my brand. I think he's asking when he can do brand registry. You can do brand registry whenever you want. Brand registry basically protects you from somebody else stealing your idea. But a lot of times too that you can file a complaint with Amazon, and then Amazon will go out there, take a look at your listing, take a look at that person's listing, and they may do something about it, they may not. I don't know. Things change all the time. They're changing constantly, but brand registry will protect your product. All right. Uh, Steve says, I've noticed you have a Cabela's shirt on. Have you ever been to their store in Hamburg, Pennsylvania?
You know, Steve, I have not. Um, Wheeling, West Virginia is the only other Cabela's I've been in.
I see.
So, yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Is that like a sports?
Oh, man. It's a man cave. You got to go, Henry.
I don't even know if they even have them here in Los Angeles.
Bass Pro Shops, do you have those?
Yes, okay. Oh, that's what it's called, Bass Pro.
Yeah, very similar.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Let me see here. Manifesting Your Home with Megan says, since I'm just starting out, is it better to go ODM or OEM? Well, that's totally up to you. Decide what you want to do because it's your product. If you're private labeling, you need to do what you feel is right. I'm not going to sit there and steer you one way or another. That's up to you. Do your homework on that. Great question, but yeah. So Ebel says, is their daily sales goal 5 sales, 10 sales, or more? Just curious. So Ebel wants to know what your goal is as far as sales per day, what you plan on selling.
So my first initial goal, because I have several with each product I intend on doing, my first goal will be 10 a day.
10 a day, okay.
10 a day, that's my first goal.
All right. So what happens when you start doing 30 a day?
Then I'll raise that goal immediately.
No, you get back to your manufacturer and say, I need a second order as quickly as possible.
Without question. Without question.
Right. So you say, I need that back quick. And then you order a lot more. So, well, good. At least you're starting off with 500 units. It's going to give you an idea. If you if you put up your listing, all of a sudden it starts to move and you notice every day, even though maybe not every day it's selling 10 or 20, but you're say you're averaging 9 units a day, you know, and it's going to let you know, Amazon's back office is going to let you know how many days you have left, and you kind of have to account for the time that it's going to take for you to get the product from overseas directly into your hands and get it off to Amazon. So make sure that you have plenty of product, and then that way you can go over there. And good thing is in January and February, it's a little slower, but it will start to pick up. And as it starts to pick up, especially in April, May, June, and July, that's it. You know, then you know, and you say, I either have a winner or I have a dud. I don't know. Yeah. But you will find out. So, but you push it, push that product, make sure that you get maybe an automatic campaign or 2 in there, kind of see if there's any keywords that are missing and add those in also. You do not want to change your listing all the time. You simply want to go over there and try to do everything all at once, because when you do that, what happens is you kind of get put on the back of the line. Okay, so just so you know. All right, guys, I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys being on. You know, it was just kind of unsuspected, but I just wanted to do this live training and put it here on YouTube for you guys to see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully everything went well for you guys. You guys were able to hear us and what have you. I'm going to go ahead and leave all the links in the description below for Jungle Scout. I'm going to leave that quite a few other stuff there. TechDaddyVideos.com and so forth. I might have Dan on, may have you on once again, just to see how you're doing. You know.
Sure.
So yeah, do you want to say any final words before we get out of here?
You know, the shortest distance between 2 points, straight line, is just take that first step and just get started. That was the biggest thing for me.
Okay.
Just get started.
That words of wisdom right there. I mean, so yeah, appreciate it. Everybody's saying thank you in the live chat. You know, so they're glad that you came on, and I'm glad that you came on. So that's a good thing. So all right, guys. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming in, and Dan and I are going to continue on with this, and we're going to kind of finish up our training. So we did give you a little bit of our time. I appreciate that. give us a thumbs up on this video. Let us know if you guys enjoyed it. And then we comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are brand new. All right, appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one. Thank you, Dan, for coming on and doing this. I appreciate that.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys on the next video.